Hello and welcome to Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I would like to welcome you into our kitchen this evening where it's time once again to start dinner. And, well, it is another installment of Native American Heritage Month. And we're going to have fun with this one because it's going to be very different than what you people are used to. Now, this recipe links to the Algonquin tribe. Now, they were up in the very far part of the northeast corner of Maine and the upper Great Lakes, the Ottawa, up into Canada. Now, it is the Algonquin tribe, not the Algonquian language. Now, the Algonquian language resonates to 24 different tribes. I am specifically talking about the Algonquin tribe. Tongue twister here. Now, this is a hazelnut soup, also known as nut soup. Nut soups were extremely popular from up in Canada all down through the southeast, all through the south, out to the northwest, as long as it was natural, native nuts. And we're not talking about people, we're talking about actually tree nuts. They were used. And with that being said, I'm using hazelnuts. No, mine are not fresh raw hazelnuts. If you're blessed to have those are the best to use. Mine are chopped already and slightly toasted. So I'm going to go on and roast them in the oven till they're warm and heated up. If you have, if you're blessed to have raw hazelnuts, hold on a minute. If you're lucky to have raw hazelnuts, then of course you want to shell them, put them on a tray. I have my tray lined with parchment paper. Put your raw hazelnuts on there. Roast them in the oven at 350 degrees for about 15 minutes. I'm just going to let mine roast until they're good and warm and I can smell them. Because you don't want to burn them. Because then you ruin the whole thing and you can't use them for soup. If you have the raw hazelnuts, roast them for 15 minutes at 350 and bring them out, let them cool, so then you can slip the skins off the hazelnuts easier. Mine have already been through all that process. They've already been chopped. And so here we go. I'll show you what I'm talking about. And this is the hazelnuts I have. It don't look like it, but you want 2 cups of hazelnuts. Like I said, mine's already been slightly toasted. Not enough to make me happy, but they're slightly toasted. And I'm just going to heat them up. Now, this is the Algonquin recipe. Now, I have seen other nut soups using hickory nuts, black walnuts, pecans. They are all native. So, use what you have. So, I'm going to put these in the oven, let them heat up for maybe 8-10 minutes since they're already done. Now you can buy these in the store already done if you don't have them. And earlier today, I'll add the video here in just a minute. I started a vegetable stock, which you're going to need 8 cups of vegetable stock. And I was going to use venison stock, but I'm trying to keep it to where the hazelnuts really show through. So I'm going to add that clip here in a bit, and I'm going to put these in the oven, and I'll bring you back here in a bit. Okay, have some homemade vegetable stock going For the soup this evening, it's got carrots, onions, bay leaves, parsley, cedar fronds, and cedar berries. Yes, very medicinal and culinary. Not only will it boost vitamin C, but give it a nice rich texture or flavor. Bay leaves, garlic, parsley. Yes, I know a lot of it is not traditional, but I did get some sage and I did get some cedar and cedar berries in there for traditions. Okay, I have the hazelnuts roasted slightly. They smell so good, y'all. And in a Dutch oven, I have a small onion. Now, traditionally, it would have been either wild onions or wild garlic. Ramps is too strong for this dish. Uh, some use two shallots. I just used a small diced up yellow onion. It doesn't matter what size dice. I just sauteed it a little bit. Yes, I used a little bit of butter, not much. I don't want to skew away from the traditional very much, but it doesn't matter what size you dice it in, as long as you saute it and get it transparent, because all of this in the end is going to get blended up. Now, we're just going to take our hazelnuts. Oh, they smell so good, y'all. And put them over into, see some of the oil of the hazelnuts come out. Put them over into the Dutch oven. Give them a good stir. Now, to this, I'm going to add 8 cups of the homemade vegetable stock. I'm not using any meat in this one. You could use venison if you're lucky enough to have buffalo stock. That would be good. Venison stock would be good. But I like, and they would have used vegetable. Of course, now they would have made it with different ingredients than what I had because, well, it's what I had and I used what I had. So, I'm going to put this on the stove top. You want to bring it up to a simmer and cut it down to a low simmer. This needs to cook and the nuts need to soften up. It's going to take about 2 hours. Yes, 2 hours, y'all. But it's worth it. And I will bring y'all back when it is done doing it simmering and cooking, because you want the nut meats to be very soft. And then we will get busy blending it up. I'll see y'all after a while. Okay, the soup is done. I forgot to mention I also added 2 teaspoons of salt to it. Now, this is where you're going to have to be careful because we're going to puree it. Now, yes, before somebody says something, I know they didn't have blenders back then. They did scoop out the nuts and they did mash them. And then they would mix it back into the soup. So, I don't have the pounder and I don't have the container to do it in, or I would do it the old way. So, yep, we're cheating. Now be very careful because this soup is hot. Now I have let it cool down for about 10 minutes. It's still hot as can be. And I'm just going to puree in small batches. Also, you want to take your centerpiece out so it doesn't, so some of the steam can escape as you puree. Alright, here we go. Now, it's not going to be a chunky soup unless you make it a chunky soup. If you don't want to puree the hazelnuts, you don't have to. Be very careful. Do not burn yourself. And have a second container. Now, I'm going to continue to puree all the soup, and I'll bring you back when I'm done. Okay, now, it is a thin soup. It is supposed to be that way. This is vitamin and mineral and nutrient and protein packed. Alright, now, you can be proper if you want to and eat it out of a bowl with a spoon. Junior has a hard time handling a spoon because he's still trying to get used to using his left hand. I'm putting it in coffee cups. And yes, we will be drinking our soup. I have been looking forward to this soup. And yes, I'm making a mess. Now, you can, if you need to, reheat it on the stove. This is plenty hot enough, y'all. Plenty of hot enough. Alright, I'm going to go get Junior took care of, and I will be back. Okay, Junior, it's cooled enough where Junior can drink it without burning him. He likes it. And of course, hazelnuts are extremely packed with nutrition. Good for high blood pressure, lowering cholesterol. They're loaded with the healthy fats that we need. A lot of minerals, magnesium, potassium, copper, so on. And like I said, it's just easier to drink these soups than it is to try to use a spoon and a bowl. Do your research and see just how healthy hazelnuts are. And like I said, you could use hickory nuts, you could use pecans, you could use walnuts. Well, walnuts are not really traditionally here, but you could you can mix and match 2 cups worth of nuts. Extremely good for especially stroke survivors. It is brain food, especially walnuts too. This has smelled so good cooking, and now I'm looking forward to trying it, y'all. Oh, that is so good. The hazelnuts really come through. You can taste the vegetable broth in the back. Oh, that is so good, y'all. To my health. And I know some people is like going, that's just too weird. This is, if you drink smoothies, this is just as good as smoothies, y'all. Good way to get a boost of very important minerals, vitamins, so many wonderful things. Lowers cholesterol. Hazelnuts are known for helping to lower cholesterol, lower blood pressure, heart health, brain health, you name it. This is wonderful. I'm so glad I was able to get to make this soup. Now, granted, for some people, it's going to take a while to get used to it, but let me tell you, that stuff is good. That is so good. And blending it just makes it come even better. Simple, easy, homemade. And I want to thank the Alqonquin tribe for making this soup. This is survival food at its finest. It's not nasty, it's delicious, and especially getting to make the vegetable stock beforehand, that just sets it all off. It is delicious, and I'm ready to go in the living room and finish my cup of soup. Puts a whole new spin on cup of soup. Everyone, I hope this video encourages you to try the Algonquin nut soup. And like I said, there were nut soups all from up in Canada, all down through the east of the Mississippi River, down into the south, and out west as well. Wherever edible wild nuts grew, they harvested them. Everyone, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Continue to stock up your pantries with foods that will nourish and sustain you. Medicinals that will heal you. Protection of all kinds, and above all else, the bare essentials to survive on. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and may you each be blessed. Hoot hoot. Mwah. Love y'all. I'll see you soon, and y'all take care.